All right, this is the whiteboard sessions on the Coach Business Builder channel. I am at the office today doing some videos like this. It's like gorgeous afternoon light. I'll show you. So look at that. Oh, so good. Our office is right here on the river in Richmond, Virginia. And it's just amazing. You've got the city view. And the afternoon sun that comes through the window, like these golden rays. It's so nice. So I'm Steve Perkins. I'm the founder and CEO of Greenhouse Coaching. We work with leaders, business owners, individuals to help you grow the life you want. So I've built my business from 0 to over 70K a month. And I just share all of the things that actually work so you can ditch all the noise. And today what we're talking about is the corporate detox. Man, I'm so passionate about this topic because I spent about 8 years, actually about 10 years in the corporate world. And I just experienced what it's like to shift from that to entrepreneurship, where you have all the freedom to do things how you want, and yet it's so easy to fall back into the old habits. And so what I've realized over time is you really have to intentionally rewire how you structure your time, because you don't want to carry the burnout from that corporate life just into your business, which I've seen a lot of friends do who didn't take the time to rewire and rethink how they do this stuff. I had a lot of struggle too, but I was intentional about shifting some things. And day one of starting my business, I'm like, I'm gonna do some things differently. And so shout out here to my friend Rashida. She is a leader and an entrepreneur. She does incredible things here in Richmond, Virginia. And she is also a great coach. And we had this chat a while ago on my podcast, the Roots Up podcast. If you haven't checked it out, link is in the description. But her and I talked about this idea of corporate detoxing because we both had in common that we tried to rewire some things, but we both also had friends who didn't, and then we noticed like they were stuck back in the same burnout patterns they had before. And so the problem is, then what you do is you build a business, and you essentially build your own jail cell for yourself, and you're stuck right back in a work life that you don't like, but of your own doing. And so I want to help you avoid that if this applies to you, whether you're in the corporate world thinking about a transition, or you just shifted, or maybe you're even a ways into business, but you're realizing, oh, I've still got some of these old patterns. I was recently talking to Katie on our team about how the sustained levels of cortisol that can happen in a lot of corporate jobs and the dysregulation of your cortisol levels, which of course then we're experiencing these massive amounts of burnout in that corporate world, because it's just like you're always on, you're always worried, you're always stressed, you're always behind. And so how can we undo some of that? Like if you started a business to have more of a life that you want, and that's what we're all about here at Business Builder. This isn't just about how much money can we make. It's how can we make great money and for the sake of facilitating the life we really want. And so in this video, I want to share 3 buckets to rewire how you think about work. And so we're talking about this corporate detox. Now, here's where we start. Like in corporate world, you've got some bad habits. Whether you like it or not, you are in a system that is dysfunctional by nature, because when you get a group that big of people, the only way for it to operate is for dysfunction to happen. So you can't get away from it. Big corporate environments create bad habits. But then, like I experienced, it kind of like got into my blood, and I didn't even realize until I left how many things were just like ingrained in me. And so I have to rewire, or else I'll drag that stuff into my business. So here's some examples, like the fear and panic and obsession over performance management. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Like performance management is all we can think about. What's going to be my rating and my review? What's going to be my title, my promotion, my comp package? So we get obsessed with this. And then like dumb goals that don't make any sense. Why? Again, because in a big organization, it's not, and a lot of times it's not that the people are bad. Sometimes it is, but like a lot of times the people have good intentions, but they're trying to preserve their job and they're trying to play the politics so that they're safe and secure. And you multiply that out by thousands of people, guess what? You have a bunch of dumb goals that don't actually matter, that aren't actually tied to real impact on people's lives. It's just the cascading result of people trying to please their boss, trying to please their boss, trying to please theirs. So this stuff leads to calendar frickin' overload. Back-to-back meetings. You cannot live this way. I mean, literally people die from this kind of lifestyle that the corporate world creates. B, constant friggin' emails. Man, I still struggle with this where I noticed this morning, I was like, I was trying to work on this video and I'm like checking my email, like worried that someone's gonna, I don't know, like worried that there's something I need to respond to. It's a terrible habit. And then C, never free, never creating. You're not creating things. You're not building valuable things. You're just reacting to stuff and trying to like keep everyone happy. I don't know about you. I don't want to live that way. And I reached a point where I'm like, I cannot live this way. I am born to create and build and help people. And so I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Now listen, here's the 3 ways to rewire. And by the way, this roots up. So our company's motto is roots up, the roots up approach. And it's all about this. It's like, how do you get to the roots and put the mindsets, the skills, the rhythms in place that will naturally grow amazing results in the life that you want. It's not about forcing and trying harder. It's about getting at the roots, getting the right things in place. And then if you've got this environment, like they'll grow on their own. So here's the 3 shifts that I recommend. 1, in the corporate life, especially now that a lot of people are working from home, you're static. You're sitting all day at a desk, or worse, you have to literally keep your head still to keep it in the box, the Zoom box. You are static, and your body's not meant for that. You know, my father-in-law, the famous Aeron chair that was invented by Herman Miller, that was like the original office chair with the mesh, the black chair. My father-in-law was on the core team of people who designed this thing. And man, I remember asking him and this other guy who helped design like race car driver seats. I was like, okay, I have these back problems. What should I do? Like, what's the few things I can do? I thought they'd say like, oh, get a lumbar support or something. They said, honestly, Steve, you can spend thousands of dollars on nice equipment, but just physically moving is going to make the biggest difference. I'll never forget it because I left the corporate world and I realized I had a major back issue. The doctor was kind of dumbfounded, like, whoa, you've got this knot that's so bad that it's calcified, or like started to calcify. And so you need to move. And I had to do physical therapy. I had to do sports medicine to work on movement and joints and honestly, like sustained injuries from sitting at a desk and hunched over a laptop. And I also had to do chiropractic work and then a whole bunch of stuff on my own. I have like the lacrosse ball, the TENS units, the foam roller, the what is it called? The gun that vibrates. It's like, okay, static to physical movement. So now I take meetings walking. I do my thinking while I'm on a walk. If I'm planning a video like this, I will literally plan like physical movement into my day and not just sit static, hunched over a laptop all day. Boom. All right, number 2, shift from being stupid busy to setting your priority and doing deep work. And I talk about this all the time, like what matters most this week and when am I going to do it? Block a time, go to, like for me, I go to a coffee shop. I love the vibe, I love the movement and the buzz of a coffee shop. And I'll put music in my ears and I'll just like close notifications, emails, and I'll just go to town. And I love, that's like a space where I can really get in the zone, because they say that it takes on average 15 minutes after you get distracted from doing focused work. It takes at least 15 minutes to get back into the flow again. So this context switching all the time that happens when you've got back-to-back meetings and emails is you're never able to get in the flow and do your best creating. Number 3, if you worked in the corporate world, you either had shiny object syndrome happen or just living with the status quo. And either one sucks, because shiny object syndrome, you never complete something. So you don't get to see the results. You don't get to learn from it. You're just always changing direction based on, the flavor of the month. But equally so, you can have companies where it's just like, wow, this is just the way we've done it, so we're just going to keep doing it this way. Like, no, change, grow, improve. And so here's what I recommend is, instead of that stuff, test, learn, and adjust. And this can be built into the fabric of your business. I have a meeting with my team every week. We say, what did we learn? What do we need to adjust from that? I have that on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis. And honestly, just as an entrepreneur, probably every morning I wake up and, rethink something. But here's the deal, man. Like, find your voice. I think the corporate detox is all about this. This is the inner work that takes more time. I think for me, it took a solid 5 years to like, okay, but who am I? Like, what's my vision? What do I value? And how do I build my business in that way instead of in a reactive way around everyone else and their agendas? All right, so that's it. That's a corporate detox. Honestly, there's way more we could get into here. If you had certain experiences or things you have learned or know, please comment here. It'll help other people, because I by no means covered everything in this topic. I'm just trying to give like a few things that have really helped me and other people I've coached. If you're starting your business and you want to accelerate this thing, you want to like shift from your old corporate life to the freedom and impact of entrepreneurship, DM me on Instagram, the word grow20. And what I'll do is I'll send you a Google document that explains what it looks like to work with me in a few different ways. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, go ahead and do that and check out the other resources I link in the description. All right, see you in the next session.